Hello ladies and genitals, today we're going to be taking a look at Chelsea Lee art, because she's been quite busy, and if you don't know this chronically online being, then well, I'm envious. Basically, Chelsea likes to exist on TikTok Live. That is probably the best way to describe her content. We just act as a fly on the wall in her apartment of nightmares, except she talks to the fly, and the flies fund her lifestyle. But recently, Chelsea got herself banned. This fan account is devastated, but basically she went on to another account, and now she's fine. So, you know, ban evaded. Well done, TikTok, another freak off your streets. You do ever so well at moderating your app, but it has been a long time since my last CLA video. You know, this is my first one of the year. So sit yourselves down, get comfortable, grab a snack, because we have an awful lot to catch up on. So after the ban, you could maybe say she went on a bit of a spiral. She had a massive change of heart about the way she was acting and decided to switch up her content.
And it doesn't matter if one side's darker and more patterns, and keep this one with mirrors. More plain. Okay,
so she's gone from screaming roots to being an interior designer. Nice. But yes, Chelsea, looks lovely. I love the way that your worktops are the exact same as your floor. Maybe next, invest in some cupboard doors. But do they make sticky back cupboard doors? But as the old saying goes, a leopard never changes its spots. And the impulsive, destructive nature kicks in.
We'll have all the DIY with Chelsea Lee art in the kitchen.
Now, Chelsea, I hope for your sake that this is not a rented apartment. And if it is, I hope you have the landlord's permission. Because if not, I think they might be a little bit upset right now. Just letting you know. But fair play, you are showing versatility. You know, you are showing there is another side to your great content. But just a few days prior to this, Chelsea actually gives us a little bit of clarity about something that I think we might have all been thinking for a while.
I'm not even gonna lie, I've actually been hit over the head with a fucking stale baguette.
Well, that explains a lot, Chelsea. Thank you for the clarification. But the change up in content, it's not the only change this year. Oh no, because she took New Year, New Me very, very seriously for about 20 seconds.
Hi guys, yes, been feeling absolutely exhausted. You know, absolutely exhausted. But you know what? I just want to say sorry to all my real people, and you know, this app can be a nightmare at times. You know, I'm on about other creators as well. You're not a creator like me though. You don't have millions of views, you don't have billions of views.
Nearly. Just nearly. I thought we were getting blessed with seeing the human behind Chelsea Lee art. But no dice. Chance would be a fine thing. Also, saying you get billions of views is quite funny considering this video, at the time of recording, has 2,633 likes. I'm not trying to view shame or like shame or any of the shames, but that's a bold claim to make when your video's not getting 3k likes within 2 weeks. I also find the use of the word creator very funny. Because let's be honest, the regular content strategy is just to be as unhinged as you could possibly be in order to promote your live streams. But that's the thing with these creators, they will do the most ridiculous things because they know people will just start sharing it. But yeah, call yourself a creator if you like, whatever floats your boat. But after that almost touching sentiment, we see a really vile side of Chelsea Lee art. A side that really just makes you think, shut up.
So what's going on with my gifters? Everyone's disappeared as well. You know, I need to get down the leaderboard, sweetheart.
No, you need to get down the job centre. What you're doing right here is you are walking around and getting annoyed that people aren't giving you free money. Wakey wakey, that's not how the world works. So many of these TikTokers that I talk about, they'll just sit there at home, sit up their shitty tripod from Amazon and just talk to a phone and just blurt out a load of shit. And they actually somehow, they make a career from it. But the thing is, most of them expect a career just because they see people like this. And if they don't get the instant fame that they like, they don't get all the money that they like. Let's be honest, a lot of these TikTok creators will go to any lengths just to get some views. But after walking around deciding to slate the people that literally fund her lifestyle, she then decides to go on a paranoid rant to say that people are mass reporting her. True or false, no one cares. But in typical CLA fashion, she goes from, oh poor me, feel sorry for me, and then straight away back to, look how good I am, look what I have.
A bitch like me has got billions of views, look where I live. A roots, darling, absolutely. And this is what I plan to get. Something like this for myself.
Wait, so do you live there or not? I've never known someone to point at a load of flats and go, look at me, look what I own, look at my possessions. And then the next sentence be like, yeah, I wouldn't mind living here, you know. Honestly, Chelsea, put the phone down. Just put it down. Honestly, just do us all a favour. Put the phone down. Because in the nicest possible way, you don't seem all there. So for your own good, take a break, because you're coming across as a really shitty person. But then, just like everybody on the Clock app, it turns into an X Factor sob story.
Hey guys, I haven't been really feeling myself. I felt quite exhausted, absolutely drained from so much negativity and absolute chaos on this goddamn app.
So drained. It must have been from all the hard work. And I'd just like to remind you that the majority of your content is just being rude to people. People watch your lives where you literally mock people for their appearance. If we cast our minds back to Live Fest with Gracie, CLA literally spent about a week just calling Gracie fat and unfunny, which obviously just isn't very nice, and not to mention childish. So for CLA to be walking around the streets talking about negative people, but I really think you should take a look closer to home. But if we jump to the present day, Chelsea's got some new things going on. Yes, of course she has. Something materialistic and something living. But let me just show you the materialistic thing first. Oh, look at me, I've got some trophies, woo. It's really great to see that TikTok are rewarding deserving creators. Creators who break guidelines and bully others. I've genuinely had a TikTok taken down before for harassment and bullying. All because I said Elphaba had scabies when, well, she did. But here they are, rewarding Chelsea Lee art. But funnily enough, most of the comments seem to think that these trophies, well, anyone can buy them. But yes, as I mentioned earlier, it's not just trophies that this influencer who got dressed in the dark has received. She also got a new pet.
Is it here? Oh my god, I feel funny.
Right, okay, I'd just like to try and assess this. Someone who, and I'm sorry if this isn't the correct term, but she's not present, let's be honest. She's now responsible for a life. Oh man, honestly, I'm just gonna let this play. I don't even have words for this.
It's not gonna jump though, is it? Because I need it to stay in the box, man. I'm just scared that it's gonna move.
Chelsea, it's not a fucking frog. And why are you buying a pet that you're scared of? What is wrong with you? Just get a cat or something. I don't know, something that possesses the ability to run away. Like, I know I probably seem like I'm nitpicking, like I'm watching a video of someone unboxing a fucking tarantula. Like, it's never going to be a normal video, is it? But it's just so weird. It's always the TikTokers, and they're always British. They're honestly just a different breed. There's no one like them. But then, of course, Miss Responsible. She misplaced the spider.
I mean, he's gotta be in here somewhere.
Well, he can't have escaped. I guess he will be in there. If it's been there shut the whole time, he couldn't have escaped.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. There's just no way this is going to go well, is there? We have someone here who the only thing they do in their life is they shout the plural version of a four-letter word and call that their saying. Oh yes, at least she puts an S on the end. But this is in charge of a living thing. It would be quite funny if they never actually sent a spider. Like they just sent the box without the spider in it, like it was never in there. So she's there thinking she has a bloody tarantula walking around her apartment, but it was never there in the first place. But in a really, really strange turn of events, we actually see Modine hanging around with Jack Doherty and the Island Boys. I did actually make a video on Jack Doherty, and in this I touched upon the Island Boys, not in that way. But after a few really, really strange and awkward minutes of them sort of just staring at each other and touching each other's faces, rapper Trippie Redd just appears out of the blue. Honestly, I couldn't tell you what's going on anymore. It's just so bizarre. But Modine sees this as a very nice and cute opportunity to get a shout out from Trippie Redd for Chelsea Lee art. How cute. Let's watch it, shall we?
Where's your TikTok? How do I find it?
TikTok? You got Roots Darlings.
It's called Roots Darling.
How can you not know my TikTok? Is this guy?
Wait, cause oh, you're live.
God, imagine that actually offending you. But to be fair, it is actually quite funny that he didn't know. But how can you not know that she's live? She's literally like a meter away from you talking to a phone on a stick. Does that not maybe send a signal to your brain to go, maybe she's doing something with that phone? She could be live. It's not really that much of a hard concept to grasp.
Can you shout Chelsea Lee up?
So as you can see, Trippie Redd didn't really do a shout out. Did anyone expect him to? But to someone who notoriously has a very fragile ego, you could probably imagine this didn't go down very well. So let's see, shall we?
He doesn't talk, he's moving wet, bro. But I shouted you out.
Do shout to Chelsea up.
Alright, okay.
Okay, so I did say I'd get you some sort of reaction, but, well, Chelsea doesn't really give us one. She quite literally takes her face out of shot so we can't see it, but then the guy in the chair starts burping and Chelsea gets really annoyed and it's all very strange. But perhaps this video I'm about to show you may give us an accurate representation of how she's actually feeling. Again? What am I watching? And it is kind of sad, because lots of Chelsea's viewers, and I'm sure they're not supporters, they like to say that Chelsea enjoys a drink. And also people say that Chelsea is on forms of medication to help her mental state. And I'm fairly certain that the two of those, they don't mix very well. So perhaps she is in need of serious help. CLA, if you really are as wealthy as you say you are, and you really earn as much money through TikTok as you say you do, then you can afford to take a step back for your mental health. But let's be real here, there wasn't one genuine tear. As soon as she lets out one minor sob, she just moves out of frame. But if we can cast our minds back to December, you know that weird never zone of time between Christmas and New Year's? I, just like many of us, was spending time with loved ones. I was going out running and doing other silly activities. CLA not so. Instead, she decided to spend her time accusing Nicki Minaj of plagiarism. You've not misheard me, I did just say that.
Nicki Minaj knows who I am. Nicki Minaj is copying a sister. Go and look at her latest videos.
Okay, so I can't actually play that full video because there is copyright music in the background. But what the fuck is she on about? Nicki Minaj is copying CLA. You heard it here first. Okay, so I had a bit of a search, admittedly a very small search, and I couldn't really seem to find what the fuck she's going on about. But let's be honest, do I need to? Does anyone believe her? And if you do believe her, well, get help. Somebody like CLA brings absolutely nothing to the table except novelty value. People just want to laugh at her. She is a novelty creator. And one day, the novelty, it's gonna wear off. So for her to accuse someone of stealing her originality, it's just absurd. Look, I can moan about this for hours, but it's just honestly not worth my time. But if you do enjoy watching someone just rant and moan about something, well, I'm actually thinking of taking up streaming again. It would most likely be over on Twitch, but I could probably do it here as well if you guys prefer. So if that is something that you think you'd be interested in, please do feel free to let me know in the comments. But yes, I'm going to leave today's video there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, then please do feel free to leave a like and subscribe. You know, it helps me out massively. But yeah, cheers. Bye.